Hello everyone and welcome to BPM Online's release of 7.8. We're really excited to talk to you today about the enhancements that have gone into the product. This is the culmination of over 6 months of work with just about 200 people working on the product. Basically the results are additional intelligent CRM tools that inspire our users to take action. Just a little administrative comments. We want to make this as interactive as possible, and so please feel free to ask your questions. We're going to stop at several different times throughout the presentation to answer questions live, and also if questions don't get answered, we'd be happy to follow up with you on them. Also, you can tweet to us, #BPMOnline. My name's Michael Rooney. I'm the SVP and General Manager of BPM Online. Joining me is Alex Petronenko, our Senior Pre-Sales Engineer. Alex is going to help me with some of the more technical pieces as well as demo the product live. So the great news about version 7.8 is that all three of our products, marketing, sales, and service, are going to enjoy significant enhancements that we're going to talk about today. And really the focus of this release is all about productivity, adding tools to the platform that make our clients more productive, effective, and efficient. You know, I've spoken before about our process of prioritizing enhancements. It really comes from thousands of requests that we get from clients, analysts, partners across the marketplace. But it's also driven by our vision of the product, and our underlying vision is that intelligent business processes are really going to be what makes CRM and customer-facing processes more effective and efficient. So you should see that threaded through all the capabilities that we're bringing to bear. A little bit of an update on BPM Online. Actually, I do know we have many people from our existing community out there in the audience. We also have some new folks that we haven't spoken to in the past. So I'm going to review a little bit and give you an update on BPM Online, the company, and the products. At this point, we have over 6,500 global customers. We've eclipsed the 600 employee mark, and we work with over 400 partners worldwide. At this point, we have offices in Boston, London, Singapore, Canberra, and of course Kiev. We continue to be recognized by industry analysts. The Gartner Magic Quadrant for CEC, we've been recognized 2 years in a row. Likewise, Forrester Wave for CRM packages, and multiple years with Nucleus Research. And new for this year is our recognition in the Ovum CRM Decision Matrix. Very excited about those recognitions. Likewise, we continue to receive industry awards, maybe most recently CRM Watch List for 2016, but also just at the end of last year we were recognized by CRM Magazine for 3 different categories as a market leader. So again, for some of you new folks out there, just want to describe the overall capability of the platform. And the point is, it is truly a single platform across marketing, sales, and service. And you see the functionality here for each of these. And maybe the main point is that because it's on a single platform, regardless of what product area you're in, you enjoy, for instance, the 360-degree view of the customer, as it's a single database from leads to loyalty. That contact record is constantly being enriched. Lead management on the marketing side feeds directly into opportunity management and onto loyalty services. We also offer an enterprise social network across the platform. So regardless of whether you're a salesperson, a field service agent, or somebody in lead generation, you'll have communication across the team. So again, really excited about what we're bringing to the table with 7.8, and as I mentioned, there are enhancements on every piece of the platform. And as you may know, certainly many of our clients enjoy all 3 components, but you do have the ability to license any combination and they'll work just the same and give you the value of the combinations. which really brings us to the unique value, unique capability of BPM Online. I think everybody on this call will agree that process-driven CRM is very valuable. Having an underlying process that drives lead management, opportunity management, and service management adds great value. But the ability to work with those processes, to change those processes, to launch new processes is really where the value lies. And BPM Online gives clients the agility to make those changes to their processes really as fast as the market dictates. Likewise, as we'll hit on across this presentation and across the webinar, the alignment of marketing, sales, and service on a single platform adds connectivity, communication, and continuity across the entire customer journey. So as I mentioned, really the focus on BPM Online version 7.8 has been adding intelligent tools that will boost the productivity of all of your employees and therefore the organization in general. So let's take a break and ask our first poll. So according to your personal experience, how would you evaluate the impact of automation on your productivity at work? So very high, 35%, high, average, low, or it's really hard to measure. Certainly sometimes it is hard to measure. So we deal with many different customers across multiple industries, and you know, I mentioned that it's difficult to measure. Depending on the industry and what KPIs or metrics you're choosing to measure, it can be difficult. But the point is to get a consistent process in place that is repeatable, that can be modified. I like to say if you can't repeat it, you can't measure it, and if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. So going a long way, defining your metrics goes a long way to being able to measure the effectiveness of your automation. So here's some results on the poll itself, the quick poll. And so, you know, I think we're a little bit preaching to the choir here that very high hits 42%. You know, that automation is very important within their work productivity. High being the second there, and few people find it to be of low priority. And actually, I'm happy to see that only a little over 10% find it hard to measure. Certainly, the BPM Online platform is there to make it not only easy to execute, but also easy to measure. Here's a little statistic, actually, based on a study that we found. 71%, enterprise businesses find that as much as 71% of their time and resources is wasted if they're lacking automation just in the time taken to plan and define those business processes, which are then executed manually. Likewise, those same companies claim that they've found as much as 20% productivity gains when process improvements and automation are put in place. So let's get into the key enhancements of 7.8. Really, we can put them into three categories. There's five main segments, if you will, but really stretched across three different categories. The first, as we know, the core of BPM Online's platform is in business process management, and we continually improve that with every release. And in this release, no exception, we've put a lot of effort and time into extending those capabilities. The next three really focus on marketing, sales, and services, and enhancements across each of those functional areas. And then the fifth actually pertains to the entire platform, adding usability tools and system configurations that give end users the power to leverage both process management, but also the rich data that's involved, that is included in the platform. Okay, so digging into the five categories of enhancements that come with 7.8. The first being in business process management. You know, as you might guess, based on our name, BPM Online, business process management has been the core and vision of our product platform from the beginning. Our belief, our true belief, is that business processes, actually intelligent business processes, are what's going to make CRM or customer-facing functions more productive, efficient, and effective. In that vision, we never felt that it should be considered, rocket science or multivariable calculus to be able to gain the value of business process management. To those ends, we're continually improving the process designer and the UI and the experience that gives the end user, not necessarily a technician, not even necessarily a business analyst, the ability to leverage the process management platform. So if you are familiar with our process designer, you should see that this newer version is cleaner, more intuitive. As well, we've added a settings panel to the right. So where you drag and drop your tasks, your processes, your objects, when you go to configure them now, a settings panel will pop up and ask the end user very simple questions. Who, what, why, where? What's happening within that particular task. And with that, Alex is going to jump on and show us live the improvements with 7.8. Alex?
Thank you, Michael. And actually, I'm very excited to present the version 7.8 Business Process Management Engine because personally, my heart starts beating faster every time that I see it. This is how cool and new it is now. But now let's talk and have a little bit different perspective on the process designer. And we're going to have a look at it as a regular business analyst would have first opening the designer. So what they got when they open the diagram of any business process is a very clean interface and very well structured. On the left-hand side, we've got the process elements that the business analyst can use within the design. This is where they can actually take one of the elements, for example, writing an email, and placing it to the diagram, where the system on the right-hand side will as well straight away display the settings panel Michael mentioned. This is where we need to specify who we're going to be sending this email, if we should include a copy or a blind copy on the email, and what's going to be the email body used in this specific case. And of course, it can be templated. But in addition just to the user engaging actions that will require users are making a decision on the process with the user dialogue or completing a task with writing an email or performing a call or a to-do or a meeting, the business analyst can as well use the system actions from the other group of actions, right? And the system action here will actually help help the users to avoid unnecessary data manipulation and double entry in multiple areas of the system, because the process will simply complete them itself without any user interaction or involvement. And of course, the settings panel will not focus on a specific element. It's going to be displaying the general settings of the process. Right, we see what is the name of the process, if there are any global parameters exposed to third-party applications, so that it can be evoked by those applications. And of course, we can quickly review the settings of a certain element. And of course, since bpm'online has always been about productivity and making the work of the users in the application as simple as possible and seamlessly switch between different applications, we now support hotkeys. For example, by copying and pasting the elements of the process to the diagram, so that we don't need to completely redesign the elements, right, taking it and creating it from scratch, but only changing the specifics of that action required on this step. And there we go. So as soon as we're ready with the adjustments to the business process, the only thing we need to do is to save the settings, again, either through the action or with the hotkey, and run the process from the same page with our run action if we would like to test it at the same moment. And this is really the key enhancements to the business process engine. Of course, we have a lot of features that are very nice to use when designing the processes, and I'm pretty sure all of the users will be excited by this designer as well in the same way that I am. And Michael, back to you.
Great. So actually that's a thing I forgot to mention, that the new Run button is there directly from the designer. So you don't have to go outside of the designer to test and pre-run those processes. So hopefully those enhancements will show you that, you know, our efforts are to bring more and more people into the process management fold and allow end users to gain the value of that. So what we'd like to do is answer some questions that we're receiving over the wire. And so here's one right now. Intuitive Business Process Designer enables easily adjust, does not. Oh, I'm sorry. So, you know, let me summarize the question. So the designer obviously makes it very easy to make changes and efforts. What is our opinion about allowing multiple people or everybody to make changes to the process versus having it contained in one individual? You know, Alex, that might be best for you to answer.
Well, I believe that since bpm'online covers the main operations of the company, like marketing, sales, and service, of course there are going to be multiple users who are going to be modifying existing out-of-the-box business process that we provide with our application, and those that will be creating new business process to help automate certain areas of the business specifics. So in smaller organization, of course, there's going to be a system administrator who runs all of the application. He's going to be the container of the knowledge and design of the application and processes specifically. In larger organizations, there can be groups of users coming from multiple departments who are working on system design and process design. So it's actually both.
Right. So the answer is it depends.
Sure.
It depends on the process, depends on the company, and depends on the need for control of those processes, right? But certainly the capabilities available. The other question we have here, which I really like, which we focused on in our CRM network event quite a bit, can we build non-CRM processes leveraging the bpm'online platform? Absolutely. It's a great question. More and more we find our clients who have been using bpm'online to automate their CRM processes, leveraging that same thing to automate other processes. For instance, HR, onboarding employees. We actually have a financial services organization that uses it for loan origination and loan processing. So some very unique processes that you might not necessarily tag to CRM. Another one that comes to mind is actually internal customer service for ITIL type processes. Might not touch the CRM interface at all, but it's actually using the BPM engine to run the process. And that there, Alex?
I couldn't have said it better.
I appreciate that. So actually, those are the questions that we received on the BPM area. We do encourage you to ask questions. Hopefully you'll warm up a little bit. We're warming up the audience, Alex, to ask us some tough questions that we'll give our valued opinion to. All right, so moving on to the second section, and here we're going to focus on marketing capabilities. And you know, I will say more and more, there's more and more of a buzz about marketing automation out there. It seems like, you know, general CRM, Salesforce automation certainly has its core interest, but marketing automation with the advent of digital transformation, digital marketing, the increase in channels and different campaigns has become more and more of an issue that we hear about. And so frankly, we continually enhance our marketing platform. And the particular things that we've brought to the table in this release, 7.8, that we're very excited about is an improved marketing calendar, which I'll talk about, cloud-based bulk email service, which we have existing but we've enhanced, and fully customized lead scoring, so greatly enhanced our lead scoring capability, and the addition of the lead page, which will be a sneak preview to really a major change in this release with the look and feel and interface. So, you know, one of the things we hear most often from marketing managers, including our own, is with the multiple channels that we're expected to market to, it's more and more difficult to coordinate all the activities, all the campaigns, all the tasks, frankly, all the budgets, and attribute the correct leads. So we've built or improved our marketing calendar to give you what you see here, a single view on a campaign by campaign basis of all those particular activities. Then if you drill down on any individual campaign, it's going to break down to the task level detail of what has to happen to execute that campaign. Behind the scenes, you can actually tie budget numbers to these, resources, then relate them to actuals, and attribute the leads that come from those specific campaigns. What this allows you to do is very easily calculate and leverage our analytics to show the return on investment, or ROMI, the return on marketing investment, for any given campaign, channel, etc. With the bulk email service connector, what we've done is, in the past, our email campaigning, and we all know email campaigns have become really the core, the driver of the digital campaign marketing, digital marketing. And so more and more people are leveraging this with some huge volumes. We actually had a customer recently that asked if they would be able to leverage over 1 billion contacts or 1 billion emails going through the system. And of course they can. They just need to scale to that. Previously, all of the functionality happened within the bpm'online really user interface instance. And so when you defined the content using our content definer, you built the campaign process using the process designer, and then you segmented and delineated the audience and then launched the program. That all happened within that instance. What we've done is we've maintained all the design work within the user interface of bpm'online, but we've built a cloud-based bulk email service. So when you launch the campaign, the load of running that service moves outside of the user instance, and it allows you to integrate with any of your choice email delivery engines. So not just the previous engines that we used in the past, but really any one. So lead scoring. Though we've had lead scoring in the past, it was fairly rudimentary. We've now built a fully customizable lead scoring platform. So you can define, based on the type of product, geography, persona that you're going after, different lead scoring algorithms. So you can choose the items that go into making up the score and how those are calculated. So you can leverage socio-demographic characteristics, so what type of customer is this, how many employees do they have, what industry are they in, what geography they're in, and then set that segmentation to launch a particular process or a particular algorithm. You can also capture behavioral characteristics. So you may be aware that we allow you to track any visitor's path through the website, and we're capturing all that information to show what products they visited, what service offerings they looked at, whether they looked at a catalog, but also we capture if they're an existing customer, their buying behavior, their channel preference, their time zone for sure, all of this information. That can all get bundled into the algorithm that in the end generates the score for that particular lead. So if you're familiar with using our selection, sort, and filtering capabilities on the platform, guess what? This capability leverages exactly that capability. So it should be intuitive for a user of the platform right out of the box. You can select the data element that you want to focus on and then set the range that triggers a particular score and goes into the particular algorithm for calculation. So what you see here now is the new enhanced lead page, and I should say that this is not just about the lead page, but really it represents a true redesign of our user interface across all the different functions. So because we're talking about lead management first, you're going to see it here first, and so the layout of this page you should notice is quite different. It allows you to capture all the pertinent information along the left-hand side, giving you islands of information that you can snap to without leaving the page. It allows you to see the progress of the lead along the process. So in this case, the lead process, lead management process, qualification, distribution, and in this case, we're in handoff to sales. Right below that, it's offering the next tasks that are required along that process, as well as the people that own that task. So in this case, we see John Best owns both of these, but it could be multiple people as well. The other exciting thing is, without leaving the page, if that next task in this instance is to make a call or receive a call, that action can take place directly from the action dashboard that we see here. So all your activity around this lead happens from this single screen, this single dashboard, and gives you the ability to launch actions directly from it. So those are the marketing enhancements that we're bringing to the table with 7.8. Again, you know, the action dashboard, the layout, you're going to see that across all of the different capabilities. But hopefully you'll find those additional enhancements to allow you to gain productivity. So again, let's jump into, and what you're seeing here is our stack of capabilities across the marketing platform. Echoes the listing that I led into with it, and you know, a lot of things here we didn't focus on because we're really focusing on the actual enhancements. So let's take a few questions here, particularly about marketing. Will it be possible to use an SMTP mail server instead of another one? Can I use my own mail server? Alex? Yeah.
Well, I believe this will be possible with the help of connection to our marketing cloud, and that is a possibility, I believe so.
Right. So the mail server connector is what's going to allow you, our customers, to really connect to any messaging server to deliver those campaigns. Here's another question. What are the core differences between the marketing calendar and the standard time management features that are available in the platform calendar? So I did mention these, and let me make it clear. So the marketing calendar is not just a simple task or meeting-based representation. At the campaign level, it's showing the commencement to completion of the given campaign. But when you drill down on that, it actually has the task level of that campaign, including the budget tied to it, the resources applied to it, and then as the campaign runs, it connects and attributes the leads to that as well. So it's quite a bit deeper, has a lot more functionality than just a simple calendar or just a simple end user calendar that you use for your own tasks and meetings. Leads are distributed, another question here about leads. Leads are distributed automatically are leads distributed automatically depending on the score, or does it just help the sales rep to you know, kind of prioritize those leads? The answer is yes and yes. You can have leads distributed in any fashion. You can leverage those scores very specifically to designate who gets those particular leads, and certainly to prioritize those leads within a particular sales rep's queue, or the leads may be distributed to queue, say, based on territory, geography, product type, etc., and the scoring can just help prioritize those within that particular opportunity. So another question here on marketing. Do you have integration partners in Canada, Halifax area, that help in these more complicated integrations? Actually, I'm not exactly sure. I believe we have somebody in Nova Scotia. I'm not sure how close they are to Halifax, but we do have quite a few Canadian-based integration partners, and we'd be happy to put you in touch with them to facilitate any integration, configuration, and help with your online. Okay, so let's get moving. So the third area of enhancements really revolves around opportunity and sales pipeline management. And so, as you know, bpm'online, along with the BPM engine, comes with out-of-the-box best practice processes. Now we're always improving those processes, and one of the most heavily used ones is certainly the corporate sales process, the long sales process. And so we've updated that and enhanced that in this release and continue to enhance that. Enhanced mobile application. Again, mobile, the world is all mobile these days, and so we're continually enhancing the experience on our mobile application, and we've made specific changes there. Redefining the sales funnel algorithms, I'm going to talk about that, as well as updating the opportunity page to the new motif that we saw in the lead generation. So let's talk about mobile application. Even here at BPM Online, obviously we use our own platform, but there are so many features in the platform that we can't use them all. For instance, there's great depth in field sales management. We don't necessarily leverage that. On the other hand, mobile these days is used by everybody. We can't do without our mobile. So in this release, we've continued on the process of enhancing our mobile application, our mobile experience, particularly extending the calendar capabilities to the tablet or even to your phone, and extending our enterprise social network to a mobile capability. With respect to sales analytics, again, everybody uses mobile. I think every sales manager uses some version of a pipeline, of analytics, of graphics. And so the pipeline sales analytics is probably one of the most used by our customers and ourselves as well. What we found is that depending on the sales process and type of sale and industry, they look at the pipeline in somewhat different manners. And so we've actually enhanced that and allowed for really 3 different flavors of the pipeline representation. One is kind of traditional, number of opportunities, and of course any of these graphics are drill downable, if that's the correct word. You can click on a stage and it's going to give you the data behind that. But we also give you a pipeline that's based on conversion, so conversion from stage to stage, or conversion from across the entire pipeline. So how many leads come in and how many exit as actual closed deals. And here we are with the updated opportunity page. And so much like you saw on the lead management stage, and again it's going to be consistent across the entire platform, we've poured a lot of resources into redesigning this and making it as efficient as possible for the end user. And so in this case, the opportunity page, you'll see along the left-hand side all the pertinent information that a salesperson might need. The emoticon, how I feel about this opportunity, the probability, etc. BANT information, and then moving to the right, the process, next steps, information about the account, etc. Matter of fact, not to steal Alex's thunder, he's going to demo that directly and live. Alex?
Yeah, thank you, Michael. And actually, before we jump into the demo, I would like to encourage everybody to ask questions in the question area of the meeting software that we're using, and make sure to ask everything that you're actually interested in so we have a chance to answer and address those questions for all of the audience. And again, just like we did with the process designer, let's have a look at the BPM Online interface, kind of wearing the hat of the sales manager, sales representative. And this is where we're looking at the opportunity page. So what does catch our eye first time that we open the page? Of course, it is the left top corner of the page where we've got the 3 main interesting and important information pieces of the opportunity. So our current mood, the probability, and how many days in the funnel, in the pipeline, we had this opportunity. Of course, the customer name here, but what I believe is also very important, how many days at the current stage this opportunity has been. So we can kind of compare how long we've been working on this deal and if it is actually stuck at the current stage for too long, for example. Now moving forward, of course, we've got the BANT information, the budget, authority, need, and timing, so that the sales manager as well can have a very quick and clear understanding of the 4 most important pieces of information when working with the deal. And of course, another addition that we made to the platform is having the option to quickly analyze and quickly see actually what is the current time of the decision maker, for example, who we're working with, right? Where the organizations that work globally in different time zones can make call to the right person at the right time. And of course, the general customer information at the bottom of the screen will as well give you the quick access to the web address of the company, the primary phone, and any other piece of information you might need to have the access to from the same page. And now, of course, let's have a look in detail to our actions dashboard and see what actions can we have here. So currently, for me, I have 2 tasks scheduled. I need to check the proposal status and update the opportunity details based on that, what I will checked with, right? So I know that I will be making a call to the customer, to Alexander Wilson, who's our decision maker. And let's say that when I've made the call, I can quickly specify the results of that call. For example, that there was no answer. Right? Now that I've specified that there's no way of contacting Alexander through the phone today, I would like to send him a follow-up email to ask him where actually it would be a good time for him to call. And this is where, from the Actions dashboard, I can as well create a new email. And actually, I can use one of the templates of emails that my system administrator has prepared for me, right? So that I don't need to waste time composing the same email that I'm sending maybe every day, but I can use it as a template. And of course, we will substitute the macros, the merged fields here, so that Alexander sees no difference in receiving this email, as I would compose it manually. Now, after that I've sent that email and I've made a call note, I would like to say that I've completed this task at this moment, right? And I would like to as well plan my next call to Alexander Wilson to see if we have a decision about the proposal, right? So I've got the callback. I can change when it's scheduled for, and I simply save it. Now, of course, after I complete all of the activities on the opportunity, and I can as well use the quick added here. Let's say that Alexander Wilson informs me that we have a positive decision on the deal and we are ready to sign the contract and proceed with the delivery. So what I can do as a sales representative here is to quickly change the status of the opportunity with the help of our progress bar to closed won. And I believe that work with the system has never been easier than it is now. And now that we've had a look at the opportunity page, I'm passing the word back to Michael.
Great. So hopefully you'll recognize how having everything in one place and be able to execute on your tasks directly from that page with all the pertinent information is going to increase performance and productivity. So let's answer a couple questions at this point. No. Sorry? What's your name? Right, so we're going to answer a couple questions about the sales capabilities, and the first one I see here actually is how configurable is the process tracking bar? So actually the process tracking bar mimics the process that's being run in the background. So if it's the lead management tracking bar, those are the stages you'll see, or in this case the opportunity process, that's what you're going to see. So it's as configurable as your process is. Can marketing users access sales data to analyze their campaigns' efficiency? Absolutely. One of the beauties of having a single platform across marketing, sales, and service is that data is all accessible regardless of what type of user you are. And so marketing can benefit from not just sales, but also service level information. So marketing could run loyalty programs on their existing client base as well. Steps that you add in the so-called actions dashboard, will they appear as tasks in my calendar? Alex?
Yes, absolutely. This is actually just the view of the tasks that are scheduled for the current user, while the full history of the interaction, the 360-degree overview of the communication within this opportunity and with the customer in general is being tracked as it was tracked before as well.
Right. Okay. So those are the questions we have for now. I know we're Moving along in our time frame, we want to get to everything. And so what you see here, again, is a representation of the sales platform and the different capabilities. We've highlighted a few. I actually mentioned field sales. I really like what we've added to the platform with field sales. I should mention about the mobile. If you aren't using the mobile app, you should download it today and have a try. It's extremely effective. So moving on to the fourth category of capabilities, we've enhanced the service management capabilities. Again, upgrading the case management page to our new look and feel with the actions dashboard. Again, having that consistency across the platform. And we've also redefined the calculation of some algorithms, leveraging the time zones, as Alex pointed out in the opportunity management section. So the acknowledgement and intelligence around time zones goes across the entire platform. So talking about service management, there's really two different sides of service management that can be improved or leveraged on the platform. The first we all probably know and love, customer service. That's receiving inbound requests from services, whether those are sales requests for upsells or problems with their product or service. The other that you might not be as familiar with or think of leveraging a CRM for is a shared service center. So for employees that require consistent services such as organizing business trips, technology, ITIL type services, my system's down, I need a printer, et cetera, all of those requests can likewise be handled in a shared service center leveraging bpm'online. We actually have customers who do leverage it strongly for both. So here we are with the enhanced case management page, and again we should be getting familiar and comfortable with this new look and feel. On the left hand side we have all the pertinent information about that case. We have the ability to leverage omni-channel communications, which we have in the past. This puts it front and center in that actions dashboard, and so regardless of the task that we're required to take, we're able to execute it right from here. Again, as somebody asked, how configurable is the stage visibility across the top? Depending on what function you're in and what page you're looking at, that process bar is going to reflect that. And so in this case, we're looking at the case management bar. Likewise, when you go to set a task to respond to a client, it's going to understand the time zone. It's also going to understand the time zones of your resources. And so when it's assigning cases, it's going to know whether I should be assigning it to an agent that sits in the UK versus one that sits in Australia, automatically, intelligently. So again, our stack of capabilities across the service platform, certainly case management, I should say dynamic case management, more and more self-service capabilities, and of course omni-channel communications, which is absolutely a requirement these days. And I mentioned ITIL processing, which tends to be internal case management. So that brings us to a poll here. Which of the demonstrated features in bpm'online 7.8 are most important to you? So is it the enhancements, the streamlining of the process designer? Is it the change in the contact account opportunity across? Is it the lead scoring capability? The re-architecture of the cloud-based email capability? So please, or the calculation of time zone. Are you a global entity that stumbles over the time zones, constantly? This should certainly help you in that. So please activate your choices, and we'll go over the results in a second. So as I pointed out, I think marketing automation has certainly been in the forefront of people's interest. For us, it's been both existing clients who use our either sales or service platform and are looking to leverage that, but we're also finding new customers coming to us specifically for marketing automation and to integrate with their other platforms, whether they're internal or not. One of our largest new clients is partner only, and it's a global rollout. So just to review the polling results that we're seeing, please get your votes in. Here we go. And so actually the big winner is the new look and feel across account lead and opportunity, and we're really glad to hear that. Actually a lot of work went into that, not just the development of that, but the pure design of that, and to make that the most useful connectivity. I think everybody will benefit from that. Alex?
Yeah, and I actually like that the second place is for the new design of the process designer.
Yeah.
Which is also very cool.
Because Alex is a design or a bpm'online geek. Anyway, so moving forward. Here we go. So on to the fifth section category of enhancements. Actually, I'm going to hand this over to Alex, as it is all about usability tools and system configuration.
Yeah, and thank you, Michael. Again, we're going to start with our updated section wizard. Since we've redesigned the main user interface, we felt like we also need to give the user a more intuitive way to customize the system look and feel. And this is where we announced the new side area of the field panel of the section wizard, where the users can actually choose between having the list of all the existing columns or fields available in the record, and as well add new fields by their types, judging from the little logos to the left of the name, right here on the left-hand side. And of course, this will be used in our main area for the field placement, or of course, you can as well customize the top of the screen and the record profile on the left to the main page. Now, next functionality that we've actually introduced with the version 7.8 is a new improved way to change the localization of the system, and maybe not change, but add new localizations to bpm'online, which means that those organizations that are multinational, that are working in multiple offices across the globe, in addition to our time zone functionality, will now have the option to tailor the system to local languages of its users and employees, just so that even though they do not know English, for example, they still can work with the beautiful interface of bpm'online. And in order to change the localization, you will only need to specify it in your profile. Now, the next big improvement and functionality addition to our platform is the integration with the Outlook clients. Now, as everybody previously knows, bpm'online out of the box was synchronizing the data between SMTP, IMAP mail servers, and the most commonly used here would be AOL, Yahoo, and Gmail, and of course with Microsoft Exchange Server to exchange the emails, contacts, and calendars. But a lot of our users actually ask for some additional functionality to have the option to make some most common actions of the CRM inside of their Outlook client, because most of them still use this client as the daily tool. And this is where we're very proud to introduce the add-on to bpm'online for Outlook, where whenever the users receive the email in their cloud access, on their client access, bpm'online will give them the option to quickly review the contact who sent them the email, and of course create a new record in bpm'online, for example the activity, to follow up on this email without leaving Outlook, without opening bpm'online, just with the help of our add-on. And of course, in addition to that, we can specify what other records the user should have the quick access to create. For example, an account, an activity, an opportunity, or just choose your own as a system administrator. So we are not limiting our users in customizing the settings of the add-on, and they can actually choose any record of bpm'online as an option to create from Outlook. Another great announcement for the developers who like to do the heavy lifting of bpm'online is that we are now introducing the development in Visual Studio as another option for bpm'online, extending our inbuilt IDE and our other client that you could be using, the web store. Michael?
Great, thank you, Alex. Really exciting stuff, and again, focused on productivity. So if you could take one more poll here, what is most significant to you? The updated section wizard, new localization tools, enhanced email functionality, or the development in Visual Studio. So take a minute to do that. You know, as we're looking through these added capabilities, you really encourage you to access them and try them out. Again, if you're not using the mobile app, please download it and play with it. It's truly effective and efficient as well. So let's, while this is going on, let's answer some questions. Can time zone algorithms be used to distribute cases amongst different service teams and territories? I think I mentioned that, so yes, absolutely. That's one of the main purposes for it, that you put the answer closer to the person, I guess, and also one that's awake and happy to be on the phone at a given point in time. So yes, the intelligence of the time zones can be leveraged across the platform. Are there any limitations to the developers regarding Visual Studio?
Actually, no, there are no limitations, and the developers can use the Visual Studio at the full blast, I'd say, at the rocket speed, because all of the changes that they make to bpm'online are actually saved in separate package of customization that is built on top of our platform, on top of our main functionality. So it is pretty safe to say that it is safe to customize the system.
Excellent. I know I will never be using Visual,
Maybe not.
Designer for that. Question about localization. Can users contribute to localization or only developers? Absolutely end users. I mean, the whole idea was to give localization to the masses, if you will, and make it easier to update to different languages. And actually, Alex was kind of showing the user interface updating and changing names. It can also be done in batch, and so we can download all the queries and prompts that need translation. They can be translated and then imported back in. So certainly added functionality. We're excited about that. We continually, actually, most recently, been signing many international partners around the globe, and so you're going to see more uses of that. So just following up on the poll, kind of a tight race, though enhanced email functionality is the clear winner here, 61%. So that's excellent to hear. That tells me that people are interested in the marketing platform, and we should be hearing from you about that, as well as our existing clients who use it now and may want to leverage different email servers. Okay, so as far as test driving this thing, as normal across our platform, you do have the ability to run trials, so you can try it for free, whether it's marketing, sales, or service, for 30 days. Certainly encourage that. Additionally, for our existing clients, you're going to get notice in the next several days about having access to a sandbox that includes your data and configuration. So you'll be able to test out the benefits of 7.8 with your look and feel, with your data, and it should be much more familiar to you prior to you being upgraded to it. So one last question here, and or one last poll, and we do have maybe a little bit of time for additional questions, but here's the last poll. How did you feel about the webinar? How did Alex and I do? How was the material for you? Hopefully it was excellent and very useful, but I hope you liked it at least, and I hope we don't see too many not what I expected. If it is not what you expected, certainly please contact us, and we'd be happy to try and get you the information that you need. So if we answer to that, and in the meantime, maybe a couple other questions. There's some on services here. Can I reclassify a case if it was classified incorrectly? That's not an enhancement. You can certainly do that. You can reroute a case. You can change the owner. You could have, as part of the case management process, obviously, that the tasks move from one user to another. So just finishing up on this, I think that's just about our time now. We look forward to hearing from you about these new enhancements. We look forward to you testing it and getting your feedback. We are really confident that it's going to add to your productivity. We're really excited about this release. As I said in the beginning, a huge effort went into this and redesigning our look and feel and just making the entire platform more useful, as well as exposing to more of the audience, more of our users, things like the Process Designer and the mobile app and the new marketing calendar. So we hope you all make use of that and lead a more productive life and close more business. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.